extra, read all about it. Get your copies while they last. Stop the presses.
And now for something completely different.
Are you ready for a little truth? Are we not entertained? Wisdom is the proper use of knowledge and experience. There are no safe spaces here. The truth shall make you free. It's showtime! So you want the truth, but can you handle the truth? Well, here's another fine mess you've gotten us into. Now that's entertainment. Enlighten me a little. What you say is quite logical. And what did we learn? Prepare yourself for a little sensory overload. I came here for the truth. 47 years ago, stand by the roll show intro. Roll show intro in 3, 2, 1, go.
This is the Craig L. Hayes Show.
Hello, America, family, friends, and listeners all around this planet we call home. This is the Craig L. Hayes Show. I am Craig L. Hayes, the one, the only, at least as far as I know, unless they've cloned me somehow and there's another one running around this planet. I hope not. I'd like to be the only one, and I hope you are the only one of you. Hey, today is the today's not the 20th. Today is the 12th. So it's 12/12/24. Ooh, 12 and 12 is 24. There we go. 12/12/24. This is the second show for today that I'm going to record because I came up with a couple other things and jotted some things down here and thought, not just talking about the Democrats like I did in the last episode, but this time I think I need to talk a little bit about economics and why we have different systems of economics. Basically, if you want to really look at it, there are two systems in this world of economics. The one that is the best is called free market capitalism. The other one is a centrally controlled government or economic system, kind of like most communist nations do, where the politicians control every single aspect of the economy. We have to sometimes ask ourselves, if we want to look through our history, why did our founding fathers put us on the path towards free market capitalism? At the time, back in 1776, if you really want to look at it, the entire world basically was run on a centrally controlled economic system. But they were run by a king. A king ran everything. Even a place like England that had a parliament did exactly what the king said, or else. Their courts did exactly what the king said, or else. So they had the appearance that they had other people that were elected or put in place in parliament and judges in protecting people, but they were there just to make sure the king got what he wanted. Same thing with the economic system. The king ran everything. Because, in any economic system, one person at the top is always so smart and so able to take and deal with tens of millions or hundreds of millions of people and decide what's best for them. I'm being sarcastic. It's an impossibility. I don't care how smart you are. The only person that would be able to do anything like that and know exactly what's best for the people would be Jesus himself. And the day will come when he will be king of the entire earth and it will be run the way he wants it run. What a day that will be. What a wonderful day that would be. So let's first talk about free market capitalism. What are the benefits? Just what are the benefits of having free market capitalism? And I'm going to be the first to say that capitalism is scary. It's efficient, but it is scary because there are no safety nets built into it. Government is not supposed to come to the rescue of capitalism. Capitalism is supposed to figure it out. And government is supposed to just operate within the system, not control the system. But anyways, what are some of the benefits? Let's look at them. Freedom. Wow. And please understand that we do not have free market capitalism in this nation. Okay, we haven't had that in over 100 years. Ever since the progressive ideology with Woodrow Wilson started getting implemented and put on super duper fast gasoline with Franklin Delano Roosevelt and Johnson and Obama. All these guys have done nothing but add problems to free market capitalism and destroy free market capitalism. I don't know if our people would be able to understand or operate within free market capitalism because it would be so foreign to them. And that is such a tragedy and so scary. I think we'd get used to it fairly quick, but it would be shocking. It would be a shock to the system if we took out all this crap that government has put in and let actually the markets deal with everything they're supposed to deal with. Some people may not like it. They may lose something, or some people may make a lot of money, and some people may not make hardly any money. That's capitalism. Welcome to the party. That's what it is. Anyways, won't get too bogged down on some of this stuff. In a free market capitalism, we have constitutional protections. Your rights are protected, okay? Individual freedoms, rights are protected. The opportunities are limitless in free market capitalism. Happiness. Wouldn't doing what you want to do and being who you want to be and pursuing what you always wanted to do, wouldn't that make you happy? Instead of being pushed into things and told you need to go to college, you need to do this and do that or the other thing, and none of that's actually necessary. See, just disgusting. Value is created in a free market enterprise system with capitalism. Value, it grows, it expands. Not everything works great, but it sure does have some good benefits, and that's growth and hope. How about prosperity? You got happiness is just unlimited in something like that you can pursue. But have to remember, not everybody prospers. Not everybody has benefits from it. I shouldn't say not everybody benefits. Some benefit more than others. That's okay. That's good. But you're not limited by government. But you have to look at it this way. The vast majority of the people in a capitalistic system benefit from the system. But everybody has the opportunity to benefit. See, that's the difference. So, if you want to look at that, could we have had an industrial revolution like we did without a capitalistic system? I don't think we could. In that industrial revolution that happened, it built the middle class. Because even up till then in this country, there were still the haves and the have-nots. The full measure of capitalism had not been figured out yet. The one good thing about capitalism prior to the 16th Amendment was if you had a business and you made a lot of money in that business, you kept your money. The government didn't come to you and say, Oh, oh, by the way, you've been working hard. You've been doing, 80 to 100 hours a week in your business, and I see you made like, $10,000 this week. So you need to pay us our cut, which is about $4,000. You need to give us $4,000 of that $10,000 you made, because that's just the way it is. We've done nothing for it. We haven't earned it. We haven't done anything that you should give it to us, but we're just telling you you better. And if you don't, we're going to put you in jail. Don't you love it? Democrats in action. That's Democrats in action right there, folks, like we were talking about earlier. Follow our ideology or we'll punish you. Yeah. Garbage people. My question is, would God support and say that's a great system you guys have in place? I think he would, because it's based on freedom. It's expressed through hard work and pursuing happiness. And God wants us to be happy. God wants us to pursue things. He doesn't want us to pursue evil. He doesn't want us to do evil things with all that. He would love us to do the right thing with that money and help the poor. A lot of that is are we helping the poor? And did you know that people who are conservatives and constitutional conservatives and stuff actually support charities that help the poor more than Democrats do? Democrats just think government's supposed to do it. But people like me actually put a lot of money into helping feed and clothe and shelter the poor on top of paying taxes. And you know what? If I kept even more of my money, I'd keep doing that too, because I love my fellow man, where Democrats really don't care. Their fellow man can die for all they care. Anyways, let's talk about something else now in this system. So what is the other system? Well, we'll just call it, we'll go through them. Marxism, socialism, communism. What other economic, those are the beliefs, but what other economic systems? And all of them have us basic, simple things. The government will tell you how much you can grow. The government will tell you what kind of car you can drive. See where we're at? We're already in that in ways. Government tells you gas cars you shouldn't be driving. You've got to buy electric. Who the hell do they think they are? The government has no role in that. The government has no right to tell you what you should get. The government has no right to tell people how many miles per gallon their vehicle should have. The government has nothing to do with that. And yet people roll over and say, well, the government standards on gasoline and engines and mileage and stuff like, screw you people. You're all a bunch of sheep. You're all pathetic. Why don't you try learning something called freedom, individual liberty, rugged individualism, things like that. So here's a couple of things that you have to look at. And the Democrats absolutely love this. Democrats love this stuff. Economic system, central planning, the government telling you what to do. Central control. Yeah, they love that. They love a failed ideology being pushed on man, even though it's proven that it's failed, that it doesn't have any benefit for mankind. You become a slave to the state in their economic system. There's coercion. There's force. People don't succeed. You don't have the haves and the have-nots. You have people who are either going to be happy and succeed, and some people that aren't making as much as others. But in the economic system of Marxism, everybody is equally miserable. And Democrats love that. People that are miserable, they think that the Democrats will help fix them and help them and rescue them, and because doing it themselves would be very hard to do. And someone needs to just give me basically some way of just living, and then I could do nothing. And on top of that, you know what that does? It crushes the human spirit. Marxism crushes the human spirit. Creativity is crushed. Individualism is crushed. Your pursuit of happiness is thrown out the door, window, in the trash, whatever. Why do Democrats want that system? I don't understand them, but they do. Is this an economic system that God would support? No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. God is about freedom, creativity, liberty, love, his children being happy, not enslaved to a government or a failed ideology. Learn these things, people. Learn these things. Learn to fight for your rights. And I'll say one thing about it. The one problem we do have with free market capitalism, and I've said a little bit about it already, is we have not had that in our nation for over 100 years. Boy, what we could do with it if we had free market capitalism. January 20th, 2025, hopefully the free market capitalism system kicks in, and all you people who cry about it and stuff like that, go move to Venezuela, Cuba, China, Russia, or some other country. Get the hell out of here. Quit making us miserable. If you want misery, if you want destruction, if you want enslavement, go somewhere else. Leave us freedom-loving, constitutional-loving Americans alone. Let us do what we want to do. Get out of our lives. We don't want anything special. We don't want anything drastic. Us constitutional conservatives, you know what we want in free market capitalism? We want to have the equality of opportunity. Get out of our way. Let us do what we want to do and quit telling us what we can and can't do and what we have to do to follow your ideology, which has failed. November 5th, 2024, said one thing: your ideology failed. Your 100-year experiment in government controls on everything has proven to be a failure. The misery you have caused has got to end. And on the 20th of January, hopefully it does. We don't all need to end up in the same place. We're not all working for the same end. Some of us are working our butts off. We want to be the top of our fields, having been well paid for that, and look back on a career and say, I did it right, and I've earned what I sit back on. And some people go, I'll just be glad to work and have a 9-to-5 job, sit back and have a little bit of retirement and have a beer and watch some football. Good for you. I'm proud if that's what you want to do. If that is your pursuit of happiness, go for it. Love it. Enjoy it. Marxism, socialism, communism, progressivism, all these things that the Democrat Party believes in, they are anti-humanity. Freedom, constitutional conservatism, free market enterprise, capitalism, that is the pinnacle. Those things are what humanity is all about. So, hopefully we've learned a little bit about this stuff today, and we're going to move on with some other things that are going on, but not on this episode. I have other thoughts, other things I'd like to discuss with you, other topics that we have to discuss, and a couple of them are maybe going to be make a few of you a little disturbed, and you're not going to like them. But you know what? If it makes you think, I'm all for it. So until our next episode, our next show, Talbot, take it away.
This is the Craig L. Hayes Show.